All right.
Everything I sudden you just
Hey, Tito, would you give me a test real quick?
Podomatic.com, iTunes, and other streaming sources. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is edition of.
Stop. All right, folks, give you a chance. We're having some technical issues. We'll be right back. This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening.
This is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
We'll go to NXT. I'll go to the CWC.
Hell yeah.
We'll be at 205 Live.
I can truly say that I have the whole damn world in my hand.
Goodbye and good night.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else we find this fine audio recording. We're talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name's Matty Jay, and holy shit, what the fuck did I miss?
Everything.
In fairness, all the shit that happened, after a Wrestle-Cast would have aired. So, whew, bit of a bullet dodge there. Still, though, holy crap, what a weekend. And Ranger Stuff was cool, too. Don't get me wrong. Ranger Stuff was fucking amazing. But that's just me. My name's Matty Jay, and that is TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TWK, and I play video games, but I'm here to entertain you as one half of the Wrestle-Cast here on IT Entertainment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This was a big enough week that this necessitated but a couple of people to talk about, to discuss this. The first one that I said I was going to bring in, we actually agreed, but at our Ranger Recap / BrokenInfinite.com booth, on the Sunday of, and it's the owner and proprietor of the particular website that we broadcast from every Saturday, Sunday, whatever. It's Seraph, everybody. Cisco, say hi.
Hey, how's it going? I'm back.
There's a funny story, and I'll explain in a few seconds. Before I do, I got to introduce guest number 2, who was live and in living color at the Aberdeen Pavilion for Bound for Glory 2017 in my home of Ottawa, Ontario. You lucky you know what. It's James, a.k.a. Nuclear Convoy. Hello, sir.
NuclearConvoy.com. Check it out, and happy to be here.
Yeah. So, as I said, holy crap, all the news. We're going to talk about that and Power Struggle in our third segment. Our first segment,
Power
of course.
Struggle.
Oh, weird name, good show, and whoa. But before we get to that, and oh my god, the news, we have to address Bound for Glory. Before I do, I want to explain the reason why I decided to add Seraph to the proceedings. Set your minds to Saturday morning. I am where most of the guys are awoken except me, because at this point I'm like, I know I can eat Pop-Tarts and orange juice. I'm good. I hit the snooze button a couple of times. But the third time in, 2 minutes in, the Shades and this gentleman, Seraph, we'll call him Cisco. They walk in, and they shove a cell phone in my face of Kenny Omega doing his usual promo shtick and saying, "Oh, that's bro, he retained, nice. Who was it again? Oh yeah, Beretta. Okay." And then the lights go out. 2 minutes later, my face goes from half awake to oh my god. We'll get to who's facing Kenny. What we do? Who the fuck do we care? It's Chris Jericho.
Yes, the Ayatollah of both rock and rolla.
The highlights of the night.
You know, we all knew this was coming with the Twitter beef they've been having.
No, you did not. Don't even bullshit.
Let's.
I knew.
We knew this was gonna. This is gonna be the very first. This is gonna be the very first through the boat spot.
Yeah.
We all thought, okay, this is gonna blow over. They're gonna have Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho on his boat trip, on his Rock and Wrestling Rager. We didn't think they're gonna
Nobody thought this was leading to Wrestle Kingdom.
No, nobody.
Nobody.
For the best. It's absolutely a brilliant decision on the parts of all involved. It's going to draw a huge amount of mainstream Western fan appeal to buying into New Japan World for at least the month of the show. Now, whether or not they're able to, stick them around is that's questionable. Depends on what type of wrestling fans are being drawn in by Jericho. I don't know anymore. I think anybody who's a fan of his old work in WCW, in the Cruiser division, and anything he did before WWE started, before he invented the Code Breaker. Anything he did before that, if you're a fan of that, then New Japan is going to be super exciting for you, because it's like that dialed up to 11, and then even more special things elsewhere.
And the best part is, we know Jericho could still go, but we will discuss even further, and of course, Power Struggle in our third segment. We gotta talk about the thing that happened on Sunday. Yeah, we gotta talk about the thing I missed while I was in Ranger Stop in a blue Power Ranger suit. We gotta talk about the thing I missed while I was in a Blue Ranger suit, which I'm not regretting, by the way. I'm just saying it's what I meant. It's what I.
Like a blue Teletubby.
No comment.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on. And one of the highlights, there were a few highlights. You know, I didn't want to go with straight main event because, come on, it's a dirty finish on your biggest show. But I wanted to throw.
Oh, yeah, it's a dirty show, but someone's gotta watch it.
Yeah, regrettably.
Yeah, and T-Dub's extra trolly and ampy tonight because it's been 2 weeks. Would you expect any less?
Tribute to the late great Chuck Mosley. Rest in peace, good sir.
Yes, good call. Anyway, so we gotta go further down the card to a match called the 5150 Street Fight for the tag titles.
No clip?
We have a clip.
Oh, there's the clip.
And there's a little bit of stuff and things, and a minor spoiler if you guys are not fans of the Ottawa indie scene or the Quebec, the Eastern Canada as a whole indie scene. Not exactly a big spoiler, but it will be explained because it's been fucking spoiled all over the internet if you're from Ottawa. So there's that. But clip of the week, 5150, and the return, or debut, I should say, of a Callahan Death Machine. Take a listen.
He's got to try to hang on. He's got to try to hang on with everything he's got.
Meanwhile, wait a minute. Somebody just threw powder in the eyes of Conan on the outside of the ring. Who's that? Wait a minute.
Oh, boy.
That is Sami Callahan. Sami Callahan on Santana. Oh! Right across the ladder.
This is the family that OVE was talking about.
And we said OVE promised they were bringing family. And ladies and gentlemen, Sami Callahan is family to OVE, and oh! Wow. Pile driver through the table on the floor, and this is the family that OVE was referring to. Cover, and OVE retains the tag team titles here tonight. Wow.
We are Ohio versus everything. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
There you go, we're back. And yeah, minor spoiler, because yes, it's a French song, but it's also the theme song of a Tabarnak de Team.
Did they actually call them Le Tabarnak de Team?
That's their actual name.
I know,
TDT.
they called them that on Impact.
I think they probably.
I will say this.
I want to know, did they actually call them Le Tabarnak de Team on national television?
They call them
Honestly,
TDT.
Do you really want to hear? You really want to hear Jeremy Borash and or Monkey
Josh
in a
Matthews
suit trying to pronounce Le Tabarnak de Team?
Oh, wait, props to Josh Matthews for actually taking a photo with our buddy Matty D at the announce table.
They did, and I actually saw them take the picture. But we'll get to that in the third segment because we got to talk about the Impact tapings I was into, and that's when they debuted. By the way, was that particular set of tapings? I think it's either for a backstage pass or for the Impact taping for December. And most of them were for December, for the end of November.
You went to the Wednesday taping, right?
I went to the Wednesday taping, which was
that'll be a week from this Thursday.
Yeah, late November.
Late November, and Jeremy Barr, I should mention, December 1st, 7th, and mid-December for some spots as well. So they got a lot of stuff in. And we got to see Eli Drake a few times, but we'll get to that in our third segment.
I'm really jealous of the folks who got to actually go to the TV tapings. I had to go back to Toronto on Monday. I could only do Bound for Glory, and the TV tapings looked like they had some really, really good content.
That's the weird thing about Impact is that it shocks me how mediocre this show is because so many Impacts were great. Slammiversary was great. And then we get to this show and what happened?
Son, what? Oh, it's Herbs. Oh my God, the thing is broken. It's
There's
weird.
So much stuff that was working, and then you just get to the show, and it's just like, what happened? What happened?
Oops, I drop it down. It's broken. Let's get to the broken mess here. Bound for Glory from the Aberdeen Pavilion in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Ottawa's very first professional wrestling pay-per-view event.
Oh, really? I didn't know
One of the
that.
first. To my knowledge, it's the first one.
This is the first one, the capital of Canada.
Yeah. We've had
That's
Raws,
bullshit.
we had SmackDowns. We never got one.
That's bullshit.
Hamilton got a B pay-per-view.
Norfolk has gotten pay-per-views. Norfolk has had fucking Starcades.
And the DX Invasion.
Starcade. Aren't they bringing that shit back too?
As a house show.
What?
Yeah.
What? Like a roadblock thing?
Yeah.
No.
No. As in an actual house show, the name's there to get more asses in seats.
They're called. It's not even being a. Wow.
I know we have bitched about this ever since they've made the announcement. It's not fun.
I mean, I'm on the outskirts of the E zone. You know, I don't really pay much attention to it most of the time. But
don't blame
They
you.
were bringing back War Games, and that was cool.
Because that's actually going to be on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also going to have a lot of really hot talent in it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, for all Occam's razor are, you know, really beefy, just green powerhouse guys.
Yeah.
The rest of the talent in that are going to bring them up.
Oh, hell yeah.
You got Roderick.
It's going to be a fun-ass match with 2 rings, 2 cages, 1 massive-ass cage.
And a whole bunch of shark cages.
You know what the best part about this is? The best part is this is War Games being done by people who mostly worked the modern independent scene in North America.
Yep.
They're going to come up with some of the most ridiculous spots, and if Triple H lets them do, let's call it a third of the bullshit they come up with,
it's going to be fun.
I'm super excited to see how this shit pans out.
Let's put it this way. I fully expect War Games to fuck up Survivor Series weekend for everybody. That's how good I think it's going to get.
We can talk more about WWE stuff in the third segment. For now, let's get to Bound for Glory, starting off with one of, if not the best match of the night.
This might be my contender, actually.
Championship?
X Division Championship. Yeah, we're talking about the X Division Championship. And for those wondering, was there an attendance figure? No, nothing was released. They had
jam-packed on Bound for Glory Day. Like, I couldn't see much in the way of empty seats.
It looked about 500 or 600 people.
Easily 600 to 700. Easily.
It was actually a really hot crowd.
Yeah, good crowd. Good crowd.
especially starting off this X Division match. Trevor Lee defended against Sanjay Dutt, Desmond Xavier, Garza Jr., Matt Sydal, and the hometown hero, Petey Williams, who got the pop of the night.
Pop of the night, and one of the coolest things was they let the theme hit play the entire way, and everyone was singing along.
Yup.
I didn't really hear people singing along with it on TV.
They did.
Yeah,
they did. I heard it, and James, you can confirm that for me.
I was singing along.
Yeah.
Like the entire audience was. They were standing and singing.
That's awesome.
His freaking entrance is the national anthem.
Yeah, a throwback to the Team Canada days too. So
yeah, how are we not going to get behind the Canadian in a match? It's a wrestling company moving to Canada, and he's a Canadian who a lot of us grew up watching.
And they did a great job of just centering this match around Petey and the Canadian Destroyer. This whole match was the whole story of this whole match was Petey trying to hit the Canadian Destroyer. When he finally hit it, Trevor Lee said, "Nope, get the fuck out." Got the pin, 1, 2, 3.
12:25, and oh my God, the amount of heat. He's good at getting the heat, I'm telling you.
And, I do have to say that while there, from my vantage point, and without the commentary, I could definitely see what they were going for. It was just, I don't feel the match was given enough room to breathe for me to really get invested in that ending.
Yeah, they could have used probably maybe another 2 to 3 minutes.
I'd push it to 5, but I like my matches long.
I agree. I believe 5 minutes would have definitely helped, especially like the problem was not just the time, but the thing is, it was also the amount of people. So like, not everyone.
It felt like some people got shifted, like got the shaft, and sort of were just there and then out all of a sudden.
But here's what I would have done. If you really
wanted to have a match like that, just cut out like 2 of the people. They really didn't have the need for that many bodies in the match unless they were really going to give them more time to make something of it.
I think the main reason they put these people in the match is because they just tried to get as many people on the card as possible. Although I will agree that considering the length of this next match, I think they should have just completely nixed the following match and instead.
And that's what I think. I would have used Taiichi Ishimori, who defeated Tyson Dukes in 450. I would have taken that match, put that time into match number 1. You would have probably had a better match. Don't get me wrong. I love Tyson Dukes.
Tyson Dukes and Taiji Ishimori has become a regular on Impact. And of course, Tyson Dukes have got some shine
Ishimori, with from the 2 to 3 matches I've actually seen from the guy, the thumb is up.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent. And Tyson Dukes,
you guys watch Noah at all?
I don't, but I've seen Taiji on Impact quite often in the past since the Total Talent exchange started.
Man, I saw him live in Korakuen Hall when I was in Tokyo. The man's brilliant.
The guy is good. I actually watched a couple of matches after the fact, and my God, the guy is good.
Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. I hope that when he has the already announced X Division Championship match against Trevor Lee, they give it a lot more room to breathe, and you get to see how good he really can be, because I don't think he's cranked it up to 11 over here yet.
Yeah. Yeah, here's
now here's my first real big problem with the show is Abyss versus Grado, mainly because
Abyss versus Grado, and who's rating the card, by the way?
How is this your first real big problem with the show so far? Did you not notice during the very well-performed match between Tyson Dukes and Ishimori that they spend half the time with the camera crew mobbing Hot Mess Laurel Van Ness out in the audience?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was kind of half on that, like not too sure about that.
God, you give like the only spot on your show is already a super quick match for your Japanese business partner. You have the chairman of the freaking company walk this man down to the ring, and then you disrespect him
by cutting to some beaner with some bad lipstick.
That has no relevance to the action at hand in the match.
And they cut to her during the Monsters Ball match too.
Exactly.
But I would say that in the Monsters Ball match, it did make sense at least. Like this, like they were just sort of like, I guess, just sort of setting up Chekhov's gun here.
Yes, but at the same time, I don't know. Could have done with only one segment, and definitely not during their match. You know,
Nonetheless, Biz vs. Grado is where I start to really have problems with this show because they start off having a pretty decent, hardcore match, and then
Grado was working hard in that one.
He was, and bumping like a boss too. The last few bumps, I should say. Fuck, I feel for him. The thumbtacks and the barbed wire and the ow.
But first, I have to explain. So, Ty and Valkyrie couldn't make the show due to personal reasons.
Yeah.
So they had to sort of scramble. So they have Laurel Van Ness interfere in this match to attack Grado because they sort of had heavy with their characters heavy with each other.
Yeah.
But then they have friggin' Rosemary interfere, attack Laurel Van Ness, and then she starts helping Abyss, which is like random ass heel turn. And then she accidentally missed Abyss. Abyss chokeslammed her in a thumbtack, so that's Rosemary's part of the night. Thanks for coming. And then nonetheless, Abyss still defeats Grado.
My number one comment on this is that it was an overbooked mess.
Yes.
And I actually want to see Grado against Abyss in a match without the additional people. Because I was having fun. It was...
Yeah, this was a fun 6 minutes, and then the interference started.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that because Impact relocated to Canada, the stipulation now no longer really makes sense.
And then the commentary they want that this is the end of Grado in Impact Wrestling. No, the stipulation was if he lost his visa, his work visa is terminated. He can't work in the States. Well, if you move the operation to Canada, there's your door wide open. Plot hole.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's very possibly what they're going to go with here, but I also kind of hope it's the end of Grado. I think his TV time could be given to somebody who could make better use of it to grow their career in a more productive upward direction.
I think
it could also be a contract thing as well. I
think that given the proper booking, Grado can be a great talent. Anyone who see him in ICW can see that he can be a legit main eventer.
That's true.
I don't think they think that.
And that's
they may not think that, but trust me, I've seen this. I've seen the potential.
Yeah, we see. T-Dub. The problem isn't you don't see it. It's the problem. You obviously see it.
He's hit his ceiling in Impact.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything that is like he's stale. He's just stale. He needs something.
I wouldn't say he's stale. The fans are still easily buying into him.
And T-Dub, the problem isn't us here. Problem. It's the company. If the company thinks you're stale, guess what? Unfortunately, you're stale.
I don't think the company thinks he's stale.
I mean, they are still giving him a storyline unlike other Impact wrestlers, so that's still something.
Mm-hmm.
And again, potentially, they moved to Canada. The work visa's in U.S. It does not matter unless there's a U.S. event. So... it's
unfortunately it's perception. Go ahead.
I still would say if in the next couple weeks we see less and less of Grado, then yeah, I would say the company doesn't think highly enough for him. But
okay, I got a question then.
Sure.
They pushed him enough to have this match on Bound for Glory. So.
Yeah, sure. But let's ask a simple question. We've got at least 4 full days of spoilers. I haven't looked at them. How often was Grado actually on these TV tapings?
I can tell you right now, he was not on any of the tapings. He was not on the taping I was at.
I didn't hear Matt mention him either. The other Matt.
Yeah, Matty Jay.
And he was at the whole week. And he mentions everybody if the person's there, I know about it.
Yeah.
He texted me who Kiyomiya was. That was fun. Because it confused me because he changed his ring gear and his hair.
Ah, that's true. Yep. Anyway, off. We feel so. The bottom line is we feel bad for Grado, but we have to move on. Next up, it was a 6-man tag. It went 15-30. The participants were Team Impact, EC3, who was the grand champion, not up for grabs at that particular show. Eddie Edwards, who is the GHC heavyweight champion of the world,
global honored crown.
Yes, and James Beer Storm.
I believe he's still the beer champion.
He is still the beer champion.
He will always be the beer champion.
Yes,
sir. What are you talking?
So many stories I got to tell from the taping, but I got to keep it for the third. They're taking on the team AAA, which was comprised of El Hijo del Fantasma. I thought someone was talking there. Sorry.
El Hijo del Fantasma, Pagano,
and Tejano.
Tejano Jr.
By the way, to the ring announcer, it's Tejano, not Texano.
Yeah, that's not going to stop, unfortunately. Just like they pronounce Taiji Ishimori, Taishi. There's no SH in his name. Or Taiji.
Did these people not know any other languages other than English and French?
Oh my god. I would love to hear them get a French-Canadian ring announcer with a heavy Quebecois accent for this.
Oh my god.
Yes, that would be brilliant. Nobody would love it except for Anglos who used to live in Quebec.
Yeah. Or Anglos who still live in Quebec, in our cases.
Yes.
Nonetheless, this was a very solid 6-man tag. And
my favorite match of the night. It was my favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. Eddie Edwards took a really nasty bump at the end.
Yep.
Team AAA were the first people at that show to really start actively working the audience.
Yeah. They tried to get the audience involved. Good move. Good idea.
They succeeded in getting the audience involved, particularly the section I was sitting in, which for some reason had a surprising amount of Latino people in front of me that were super excited for Lucha. I didn't know that I would encounter that type of demographic. Like
there's actually quite a few people who came from outside Canada to see Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I know a couple of guys who flew like 1,500 miles.
Yeah,
and they would fly 1,500 more.
Yes.
Oh God.
Just to be the man who knocked on Bound for Glory's door.
And LPH, did you get paid this week? I did get paid this week. Why do you ask?
That is an interesting question.
Yeah, what's with the personal life here? You know, I pay my bills. What are you talking about?
Anyways,
and in case you're wondering if I'm getting a switcher or all that stuff, yeah, the answer is no. All right, I just got off a trip, for God's sake. We've been over
Nonetheless, the ending came when EC3 and James Storm finally put their differences aside, worked together, and EC3 directed traffic for James Storm to hit the last call for the win.
Yepper. And they all drank beer.
It's a kind of nice ending. I'm a little disappointed. I hope this is not the end to the entire Team AAA versus Team Impact type feud that they do.
They did not bring it up on this week's Impact at all, Team AAA. Like, they seem to have moved on from this feud completely.
But they did have
like the wrestlers are still there, but it's no longer AAA versus Impact. Like, this is the blow-off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think yeah, the TNA payout. You know, to be fair, I got, you know what? I got
they had El Hijo del Fantasma wrestle against Eddie Edwards for the...
Trust me, we'll be talking about that in the third
segment. We got that going. Also, Troy and LPH in the chat, they had mentioned about the rumor of people getting paid, and that's not a rumor, that's legit.
According to Taya and according to some people who are at Bound for Glory and some people who are at Impact this week, that story got refuted.
There you go.
Some of the wrestlers and some of the people who were actually in attendance said, no, that's bullshit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, right. I'm happy then, because paying people to show up makes them look really desperate.
Although they wouldn't be the first company to use plants. WWE does that all the time.
They do that all the time. Also, and believe me, for the $34 I paid for the third row ringside ticket, I am not complaining about paying that much money for that ticket.
No, the setup was really nice.
The setup was nice. I was close to the ring.
Just on TV, it looks like just a regular Impact set, though, for Bound for Glory and Impact.
Yeah, but it was really well done. They had a very clever usage of space.
Yeah, and
they curtained it off in such a way that it made it look really like it pops on TV. I've seen some of the latest episode of Impact, and it really pops on TV, and the crowd looks overall. I mean, it's not the Impact Zone, thank God. It's not that that far too often really bored-looking, quiet crowd.
It was a jacked-up crowd that was there to watch wrestling.
Well, that's because this crowd hasn't gotten a really big show in way too long.
That's good.
But that's good, and also to make it look like it's the Impact Zone in a different country, they made it look good.
It's continuity, man.
Continuity, and it looked good. So why are we complaining about this?
You know what I'm not complaining about?
The next
next match.
OVE, Dave and Jake Creast.
It's Creast,
whatever. OVE. They defeated the Latin American Exchange, which was represented by Ortiz and Santana. Conan was there. He was there all week, actually. It was a 51-50 street fight for the Impact World Tag Titles. They went 10-35, and as you heard in the clip, someone showed up and helped out. Sammy Callahan.
I was kind of disappointed with the lack of pop Callahan got.
I know. I heard that. I'm like,
yeah, that was kind of sad.
One of the problems was the way they had that match set up and where they brawled was out of 90% of people's view.
Yeah.
So we were all really cold.
Are chanting, "We can't see shit."
Yeah. The crowd literally started chanting, "We can't see shit."
Yeah, I can imagine.
However,
all I saw of that epic jump was I saw him climb up, and then I saw him jump. And
this was a case of this was set up for TV purposes and not for TV and live crowd purposes, which WWE does expertly. When he did show up and they showed his face, the crowd got, oh, yeah, moment's ruined.
Yeah, basically, because they let the crowd get cold and irritated by brawling outside of our view, and it wasn't a fun match to watch. I gave it a relatively decent rating when I was watching it live because I recognized a lot of the work that went into doing what they did, and from what I saw, I knew it was done well.
Yeah,
but as a live match, I definitely bet it was a great match to watch.
This was my this is one of my top two matches of the night. The X Division match and this one. This is one of my favorite matches of the night because they
on TV, nothing wrong with the match itself.
Yeah, because you're not going to notice the flaws for a live audience because you're in the TV. You've got that directed, constantly moving, edited viewpoint that keeps you engaged. But when you're in a stationary seat and the action moves entirely out of the view of you for 9 minutes.
And, one of the things you could have used was, you got this big giant screen there. You could have used that to show people, hey, here's what's going on. No, it was a static screen.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of a dick move. Kind of a dick move.
Watching it on TV, these guys, they went balls to the wall from minute one until the end of the match.
I totally believe it. From what I could hear, it sounded like a really good match.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend watching this match because it was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, it's a shame that they basically covered up the match, or the ending at least.
Anyways, this was a pretty interesting match because they did a pretty effective double turn here.
This is true.
Yep.
True.
I don't know if they... God, it felt like they didn't really intend to do it.
No, watching on TV, it was fully intended. With the way that Sami Callihan just laid into the beatdown at the end.
Yeah. And again, going back to TDT at the taping, yeah, the intention was flip it, LAX face and OVE heel.
That was also confirmed on this week's Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't finished this week's Impact. I was watching
it. When you get to the OVE segment, it is super obvious they're heels, especially the way they interact with LAX. It is classic babyface versus heel dynamics.
I can't believe they did a double turn. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I've always liked LAX as just angry faces. You know, like original Homicide Hernandez, where nothing they were saying was entirely wrong. They had a point. They were just angry and violent about it.
Right.
You could tell we just want to talk about the Impact tapings and not the pay-per-view. You could tell.
This
you could tell. But we got to power through. We got 3 more matches, and we'll power through it. Then we'll get to the good stuff. 3-way match, Impact Knockouts Championship. Gail Kim, she defeated Sienna and Allie in 9:40. Gail Kim on the night of the 10th anniversary of her main WWE roster debut, where she won a women's championship, she quote unquote retires as a women's champion.
It's a very nice bookend to her career.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had de-aged inside to when I remember watching Gail Kim on the WWE and being like, they're not doing anything good with her.
Yeah.
And then she left, and it was around that exact same time that I got into Impact really heavily. I'd been it was not easy to watch TNA at the beginning, particularly in Canada, because we didn't have the cable channels that it was on.
You needed Fox Sports, and then I got lucky. I got lucky when we got Spike.
Yeah, that's when I started watching Spike, and so I of course bought some pay-per-views and watched some of it on the internet, very shitty video quality stuff.
I remember those days.
And then Gail Kim was there.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong was there.
They had a pretty decent women's division when you think about it.
And then they had Madison Rayne and Angelina Love.
Right.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful people, the originals.
They had ODB.
Who was not a slouch.
They had, they drastically underused cheerleader Melissa.
Yeah.
And they also had I've completely blanked, but either way, vigorously violent street fights with women beating each other with chairs compared to
Roxy Laveau. I think you were thinking about that. I think
I was thinking about Victoria.
Tara.
Yeah, Tara.
Thank you. I couldn't remember the name because it was Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And they put on a fucking killer women's division. They had the women's tag team championships for a while, and they brought in Dark Angel Sarah Stock.
Winner and her whole pseudo lesbian magic blood vampire thing.
No, that was Winter.
That was Winter.
Yeah, that's a separate character.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was just better.
Yes, and this was good. This is a good send off for Gail Kim, although she shouldn't have won. This is the wrong decision.
so says Ricochet.
And me.
It's probably the wrong decision, too. I get it. It doesn't put anybody over. And I think, did she relinquish the title or did she lose it?
She did. She relinquished.
She should have lost the. She should have had like 3 more weeks on television. Just 3. 2 matches where she wins, and then 1 where she loses. Each time a championship defense against whoever they want to put the belt on next.
Yeah.
And that would have gotten the belt over at the same time as getting the new person over, because defenses always make a belt better. And if you're just relinquishing it, then like it's just a waste of an opportunity. The old talent shouldn't be hogging the limelight, etc., etc., etc.
I mean, yes.
But Cisco, go ahead. Cisco, go ahead.
At the same time, this is about bookending Gail's career. She came in, and I remember watching her debut on WWE when she won the WWF Women's Championship.
No, it was WWE. It was WWE.
Oh, it was WWE.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
they had gotten the F out.
Yes.
Yeah, it must have been shortly after, but I remember watching her debut when she got it. And then I watched her, you know, it was weird, but it made sense for her to go out. This is one of the few times where I'm just like, instead of the traditional old school go out on your back, I actually am glad they gave it to her to actually literally bookend her career. And then, while yes, I can understand, you know, not putting someone else over, not putting the title over, so on and so forth, what they can do is just work on building, you know, the women that are still here to get the title now.
And to be fair, they had qualifying matches and a final match to crown the new champion, which I will not dare spoil because they did crown a new women's champion at the end of the night.
I know who it is already.
I did not. I
am not spoiling.
Okay, good. But anyways, my biggest argument against that is the fact that they've made so much of the Knockouts division around Gail Kim that by this time I've kind of gotten tired of it. Like, I got tired of it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't get tired of Gail Kim. I like her too much.
But just
we got to stop
when you revolve
gushing,
a division around one person for so long, for so many years, it's like, okay, can we get somebody new, please? And we finally deal with people like Rosemary and Sienna and Allie and Taya Valkyrie and so many others. And then it's like, nope, back to Gail Kim. Fuck off.
Anyway, can we move on now?
Yes, let's move on to.
We have like a ton of show. We're still we're trying to get the anyway. 6 Sides of Steel that went 10:40. The people were Lashley and King Mo with American Top Team and Dan Lambert.
Would you?
They defeated Moose and Stephen Bonner inside of 6 Sides of Steel, which I haven't seen it in person. That's a big ass cage.
Yeah, it was the first cage match I've ever seen in person.
This match was meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun up until they screwed up the ending. You can't have the heels win when a pro wrestler like Moose dives off the top of a cage onto everybody. And the entire feud was built upon pro wrestlers versus MMA, and the MMA guys being dicks and saying that pro wrestling is not as good as MMA. And then you have MMA fighters just win on your pro wrestling show by being douchey Spirit Squad style group beat down heels.
And this just goes against the whole build-up.
Yeah.
Where American Top Team would beat up everyone just every week. And so that you think this is building up to them getting their comeuppance, but no, it does not.
And it just disappointed me so much. I will give superb credit to Stephen Bonner and King Mo for being 100% willing to get their faces slammed into the steel cage sides, and for trying to make it look like an entertaining wrestling match.
Also, I like the beginning of the match where it was Moose and Lashley beating up the MMA guys at the beginning.
Yep, and I would love to have seen that match actually have an ending that wasn't a schmoz.
But it had to be a schmoz because Dan Lambert had to put himself over.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll tell you a minor spoiler about Dan Lambert. It does not get better with Dan Lambert.
I heard. Can somebody explain to me, like, our American Top Team such a big deal that we genuinely think that our continued presence upon Impact Television is going to make for increased viewership? Or is this just Lashley getting his friends over?
Probably. I believe the answer is yes here.
Well, they have had multiple. They've had some notable people with them. Let's see. There's Junior Dos Santos
and T-Dub. I'm going to stop you right there because I don't think the people are going to care that much.
Oh, I guess these MMA names like Junior Dos Santos, Diego Alves.
But do people really want to watch them on a pro wrestling? Like, are the MMA fans who would be interested in seeing these people places the types of people who are going to want to watch Impact's product?
Yeah.
Probably not enough to justify it.
So why are you reading the list?
Just you wanted to know if they had any notable people in there.
No, I totally know that the people are very famous. I'm asking if it's enough of a
Let's put it this way, T-Dub.
Balances.
As wrestling fans, do we care? And the answer is no.
If they would have brought in the people that were actually big names,
I think the answer is no.
I think the biggest problem with the way they did this is they brought in a whole bunch of no names for American Top Team. They should have brought in the big guns. Jobbers.
Plus, most of the MMA guys are probably going, I want to pay. Yeah, where's the paycheck? Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm gonna go slam people on a bigger cage. Dana White pays better.
Yep.
Moving on. Main event time. Impact Global Championship, which I've seen the championship live. It is a nice looking belt, minus the fact that it's got the GFW logo still on it, except the Impact Wrestling is just a sticker or a thing in there.
It looks like a metal plate.
It's bolted down.
I know.
I actually really love how tacky that is. I think it's actually a brilliant move to not have, they're going to get a new belt eventually.
Oh yeah.
But to just bolt the logo on is so brazen. It's just super disrespectful to the belt, and I find it funny.
But then again, it's the middle finger to Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, it's definitely middle finger, and it's definitely on purpose because they could have very well changed the belt or changed it back. Nope. Instead, they're just like, okay, no, we're just going to tactically do this.
They could have dug up the old belt.
Yep.
They could have dug up one belt prior.
Yeah.
Yep. They could have, and they didn't. They wanted to make the statement to stick the middle finger up to Jeff.
They want to keep it, calling it, instead of the Impact, the Impact Heavyweight Championship, they're going to keep calling it the Impact Global Championship because they're making a huge part of their present build as a company, their present pitch to the wrestling viewer as, come see our show where people from all over the world are going to constantly be showing up.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you footage from all over the world as well. I love their current intro with all the different television stations and partners they have. It's a little poorly animated and cheesy looking, but it communicates this really great idea of who they are. Now, moving from that on to
the match itself, which was
this is the worst fucking match of the goddamn entire show, and the entire fucking audience hated the ending, except for one guy I spoke to before the show who predicted exactly what happened, and I hated him for being right.
Now, before we go,
for those wondering, who are the gentlemen responsible for this train wreck? Well, it was the Impact Global Champion Eli Drake, and with his honky Chris Adonis. And of course, Johnny Impact was on the wrong end of the stick on that occasion.
This match was actually really, really good until the ending.
We should probably preface by saying the worst moment of the night what happened during the evening between the matches when Alberto El Patron showed up and said stuff into a microphone and turned hey, I'm back to fuck you, I'm back. And it turned very awkward very fast.
Yeah, it's not the worst promo of the year, but it was easily one of the more awkward ones.
It made the entire audience give him go home heat.
Yeah. This might top it as worst promo of the year for me.
No, nothing is worse than Bailey, This Is Your Life.
I didn't see that. I was warned.
Yeah, I think this is worse, honestly.
Let's put it this way.
The difference is that the This Is Your Life segment is a failed, stupid WWE cheese segment. But this
was meant to be the triumphant return. Stuff. And in turn from, hey, welcome back to fuck off.
Pretty much.
And he said some things that invoked real life situations that maybe he shouldn't be talking about because people are already really wary of him right now.
Yeah.
He's got a bad name still.
Let's put it this way. He's a face, and he got tweener heat.
No, this is the promo is about him turning heel. Like, that's what the whole point of the promo is, for him to turn heel.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's just he used something that...
Yeah, I know.
He went too far.
For Matty.
Too far is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah. Patron showed up, fucked over Johnny Impact. Drake retains. It's your WrestleMania, and you don't get a WrestleMania-like ending. Hey, Impact is back, everybody. To be fair,
he fucked over everyone in that match. He just sort of... It was, it would have been better if what was going on was clear, because he came in and he hit everyone, and then he rolled people back in and out of the rings, and it was messy.
That's a word. That's a word for it, actually. Yeah, messy. It went 1930, and it was messy.
Yeah.
However, I will say that there were some really good spots throughout this match. So Eli Drake and Johnny Impact worked their asses off.
Yeah, and there was too much Chris Masters.
Oh, I love Chris Adonis. He was one of my boys. He's in my boys stable.
We'll get to that in the third. Let's just rate this. He's in my boys stable. Let's rate this sucker, boys, because we're already over time.
This happens. We have 4 people on a podcast, Matty. You should have expected this.
I know, but we're trying to be not negative here, and obviously this show got bad.
Look, outside of anything featuring Alberto, the show was pretty good.
Yeah,
it's just the matches that the segments that Alberto touched that really, really terribly bombed, and the rest was somewhere between mediocre and pretty great to be there live for.
Yeah. And I can tell you, from being there, the atmosphere, yeah, it plays up. But on TV, I mean, I have to go with what I saw, and I don't know, man. Cisco, you gave us a rating out of 5. Give us something.
2, honestly. I mean, besides the X Division Championship and the, Gail leaving, everything else was meh.
All right, James, what say you?
It's probably somewhere like a 3.5. It's above average, but you can't end a show on such a bummer that you turn a live audience sour without giving them a good go home.
Yeah.
They didn't even do a post-show good go home for the audience. It was just, that's fucking over. Sucked, didn't it? Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Please come back. Please. By the way, please come back. You know that ticket you bought? You only bought one. We tried to sell you more at the beginning, but now that one ticket, if you go to the box office, they'll give you free tickets to every other show. Please come back. No, seriously, we're begging you. Please come back.
Please, baby, please come back. Damn you, Birdo. T-Dub. Yeah. I'm inclined to agree with Sisk on this one.
Overall, this show was leading towards a 3 with the main events, but then the main event, just as we mentioned, got really messy. So 2.5.
You're a little more generous than I am. I mean, obviously the 3.5 from you, that's live experience, and the ending probably fucked over a couple of points from you. So having been in that live audience, that definitely would have gotten a 3 out of 5 for me. But from TV, I'm reminded of why I don't watch Impact on the regular anymore, and that's still a 2. That's a 2.
Can we get rid of Josh Matthews?
No, I think Josh Matthews has found his spot on TV.
He's found the spot. He's okay. In some spots, he seems disinterested, but not in the... But he's not Byron Saxton, and that's not a bad thing.
I think there's so many better voices out there that could do his job without making me hate that I have my volume on.
Yeah.
I think that since Slammiversary, they've found a nice even ground with him and JB.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's...
It's just,
I know a few guys, local guys, who could probably do a better job than Josh Matthews, and I hate to say it because Josh is a nice dude, but
I don't hate to say it. I genuinely do not think he should be in the position he is in, because the way they have him act, and this, I think the only thing he's good at, is like a dick, and I don't think that that's good for their brand right now.
Yeah.
When they're trying to present this, he's like that sleazy side of the WWE that he came from.
Yeah.
And they need something a little more sportsy. Remember the commentary between Don West and that dude who they had on, who's a professional.
Tenay?
No, not Tenay.
At Slammiversary. At Slammiversary, they had Don West and some dude who's usually doing it for pro sports.
Yeah, it was a different crew for Slammiversary. Yeah, it was Don West and someone else came in because of JB and Josh Matthews did a thing.
And that was
the commentary was decent. It was good.
It was more sportsy in presentation, and I think it did the product a little bit more justice than that. I really genuinely supremely cannot wait until they figure out a way to not have to have this stupid times when JB tells you about some shitty 90s movie that you don't want to watch again because you watched it when it was on VHS that's coming on after Impact.
Well, that's part of their whole deal with being on Pop TV. You got to promote your content.
It's so terrible. It makes the product feel like I'm watching. It's so confusing.
Anyway, I know, and the commentary needs some sprucing up. I will definitely agree with that. That being said, gentlemen, we got to move on. And speaking of moving on, it's time for that thing I do, and I need to reset the WinApp real quick and say, hey, it's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at the Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. This is brought to you by... Actually, there's no plug. Where's my plug?
There's no plug.
There is no plug. We've done our plugs.
Do you need the female or the male side of the plug? No,
because I've been plugging our appearance at Ranger Stop for 3 months. It seems to be 3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months. That's about right.
So it's weird not to do it. But I will say this: next con I'm going to, more than likely, at least in the States, more than likely will be Pyromorphicon in August. But we're not plugging that until at least May, June, something like that.
May.
Yeah. By the way, here's me in a Power Ranger suit, for those wondering. Here we go. This happened. If you check the stream, there it is, right there. Coolest moment right there.
There it is, right there.
Killing time because we only have 2 emails and they're.
Matty, I gotta say something.
Sure.
Did you see Mike Bailey dressed as the White Ranger in a wrestling ring?
I know I did.
Oh, Mike Bailey is somebody Impact needs to pick up.
Yes.
Speaking of Canadian talent, Mike Bailey. Boom.
Definitely.
Right there.
Definitely.
Especially now that they're moving there, so yeah.
Yeah. Sign Mike Bailey, make him your world champion, have him defend the belt all days of the year, you'll make $1 million.
Step 3.
He's so damn likable.
He is. Brass monkey! That funky monkey!
Don't think they can use that song, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, no, but let us enjoy it. Let us enjoy it while we can, Tina. Let us enjoy it while we can.
Exactly. You see, Nuclear Convoy's got it. Knockoff theme.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh. There you go. Anyway, we begin with
Gorilla. It'll be Tin Gorilla. Because Dale Oliver is not that inventive.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the emails. We start with T-Dub.
Whoa, it's been a while since I botched it. This happens when we go off for too long. All right, here we go.
You know, I gotta hit a button now. I have to hit the button. This is the first, folks.
Do it.
You know what time it is?
Do it.
It's T-Dub o'clock, mother! Holy crap, it's a first, but I don't care. It actually happened. My God. It's probably the only time we'll have a T-Dub o'clock, but there you go.
We're doing that gimmick?
Believe me, it started with our TRPG streams on Wednesday. Every time our DM, Mildred the Monk, would fuck up, it's Monk o'clock. And, well, we totally cribbed that from King Ross, who now isn't just regular King Ross.
Yeah, now he's just Ross.
Just regular old Ross.
In the woods.
Standing next to naked Adam Blampier, who's
No, he is not. Adam Blampier's been fired. He's gone.
I know he has, but in that video.
Which just now knowing what he's done, that makes it even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Meanwhile, at Halloween's Eve, let me, running like a maniac, hiding in a closet, inhaling like crazy. Oh God, oh man, why does it have to be me? Is this a remake of Quantum Leap? Looks in the mirror, sees face of Flip Gordon. No, I'm not Flip Gordon. I am not. And on the right shoulder, Sachiko. Where do you think? Shudder turn. Everyone in the comment section. You're going. Let me, pussy yelling like Spoonie. Static. Beep. And out of the comment. So basically it's him running in the woods getting super kicked. Alright, fair enough.
No, I believe what you meant to say is him running in the woods getting super kicked.
Super kicked. I miss Carino on commentary, I'm not going to lie.
Why is he not doing NXT commentary? What is wrong with that?
I mean, they have Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness. All they need is Steve Carino, and everyone would be happy in their head place.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. I like Percy Watson. He's actually improving, but God, we need Carino. We need Carino. The mistimed baby again.
Oh, that.
Honestly, I could do without that.
Okay, maybe not. But we still need Carino, Nigel, and Mauro doing commentary.
Maybe they could let him do the super kick gimmick if, for the love of God, somebody figures out how to mix his mic so that it doesn't kill my ears when I'm listening on headphones.
Fair enough, especially on New Japan. Fair enough.
Are you talking Are you talking about when he doesn't go super kick and instead goes super kick?
Well, there goes your eardrums again. Don't worry, mine went too. Ow, D-Dub, by the way. Jeez.
I was putting it back. I could have gotten way louder.
You know, the sad part is
not polite, man.
The sad thing is, it's true. He could have gone louder. Anyway.
I do not doubt that fact.
Moving on. Hello, Wrestle-Cast, says French Chuck. Good to see you back, especially you, Matty. Liked your Blue Ranger suit, which proves that anyone can cosplay. It's true. I look like a fat-ass badass.
I love it.
Hey, it's true. Hey. If Dusty Rhodes can be a fat-ass badass, why can't I? You know what I mean?
Damn straight. Damn straight.
We've got a lot to talk about wrestling. Well, let's get to the essential, which is pretty much Raw, SmackDown, and a little bit of Impact. Let's get it over with. Raw Manchester, forget the show. Pete Dunne showed up on the main roster. It's about time someone squashed Enzo like a boss. Like the current UK champion.
What's the deal? What's the deal with the UK stuff fighting the 205 stuff? Is that a hot gimmick now?
It was just something for them to do while they were in the UK.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, it was just because it was hometown hero stuff.
More than likely, plus they have to give this Enzo someone to bury, which, yeah, I call bullshit on that, and we'll get to that when I get to my losers this week. Spoiler. Next up, let's see. Other than that, we have new tag team champs, the Snack Bar, thanks to the New Day. And the Reigns being cleared to wrestle, we might have 3-on-3 tag match at Survivor Series featuring the New Day and the Shield. Other than that, I got nothing. Yeah.
Wait. There's a tag team called the Snack Bar.
Actually, the bar. It's Cesaro and Sheamus. It's part of their. The name is actually part of their catchphrase. We don't just set the bar. We are the bar.
Oh.
Yeah. So they actually started calling him the Bar, and New Day decided, hey, let's make fun of that.
Okay, thank
Although
you.
If they really want to make fun of them, they'll call them the What Bar.
Ah. Damn it, I wish I had my webcam set up, but there it is. What Bar? I had that thing. Cadbury. Ate a few of these. Kept the. I still have the thing. Still have the wrapper. Because why the fuck not?
Of course.
SmackDown not live this time. AJ Styles not two-time world champ. Also, the wisest choice to make since Jinder's title reign was lackluster. And on the bright side, Styles versus Lesnar. I'd love to see that match. You're not the only one here, I'm sure. The only thing I have to be worried is the booking of the match. Ergo, Lesnar squashing Styles with zero offense, which should be more be at the level of Angle Lesnar. My only pet peeve about this week's episode: Becky took too much time to break Ellsworth. Bell ring, sidekick, disarm her, dead. That probably would have worked better, but it's Ellsworth getting his ass kicked. Vince would like the. I'm not going to go into the booking.
I want it to last as long as possible. Make him suffer the way I like it.
Oh man, you're just making me feel uncomfortable here.
Yeah.
That's McMahon for you. Have you considering all the storylines he's pitched?
He's not wrong. He ain't wrong.
There's been multiple incest ones, so that is probably tame in his mind.
Yeah.
You have a fair point.
Came up with Katie Vick.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that. Matty, please move on. Please.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. Bound for Glory. I have to watch it, but apparently it wasn't that good, especially in the main event with Del Rio interfering in the main event. But I'll look at it during the weekend. If you haven't seen it, I'd say watch the X Division match. Some problems still good. The two tag matches, the street fight was good. I'm trying to remember the other matches.
Six-man tag?
Six-man tag was okay. Yeah, six-man tag was good. Match. Street fight was okay. For TV purposes, it was fun. Don't want it live, not so much.
Well, we forgot to bring up the fact Jimmy Jacobs showed up.
Yeah, Jimmy Jacobs showed up. And he showed up at the tapings, and he's a manager. He's a part-time manager wrestler there now. Also creative slash producer.
So he's going to be wrestling on the indie scene while also being a producer at Impact.
That's kind of cool. That gives him the ability to scout talent very well.
And he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys. He can find them. Anyway, winners, AJ Styles for winning the world title for the second time. Great job, phenomenal one. It has been confirmed, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom 12. The face of wrestling versus the GOAT, a.k.a. Battle of the Two Presidents of Canada. My body is ready. You and Matty for attending Impact Wrestling for what it's worth and your trip to Florida. Well, thank you.
For what it's worth. Man, why everybody got to dig at Impact? Give them a chance to actually get better.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been waiting for them to get better for the past, 8 years now?
Yeah, but they have gone better. They've literally gone better. It's just that this one show...
The one show at the most crucial point of the year, they fuck it up.
Yeah.
And again, it's a case of, it's not like they have a bad roster. Like, I watch individual matches on YouTube whenever I can, and I don't necessarily have a bad time watching those matches.
No, because you can't. They have really good talent, and even when they've got this brilliant thing going on with their talent, where somehow, even though you watch it and you're like, this ending makes no sense, this is the dumbest shit that's going on, their talent look like they're working hard for it. Like they really. I don't see their talent really phoning it in. You'd think that if they were really dissatisfied, they'd phone it in.
And I will say this. I did invest some money, $10 on this. And in case you didn't hear it, yes, that is a fidget spinner.
And by the way, did you get to try that new Teenage Drinks or Pizza?
I actually did. I did try the. I did try the pulled pork pizza at the.
How was it?
Spicy.
It was okay.
Sweet and spicy. It was actually good. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved the beverage. I had I lost count how many I've had. It was like 4 solid ounces of alcohol in something that tasted sweet and not like it had 4 solid ounces of alcohol in it.
So I'm guessing it got you pretty wasted.
I don't get pretty wasted. I was in pretty good control. I had a lot of fun.
Let's put it this way. It got him warmed up, ready to go for a night of wrestling.
Okay, LPH, now that's too far.
Teen Titans Go, TNA. Okay, yeah, no.
I boo you, sir.
Yeah.
Boo!
For those in the chat, for those wondering, LPH in the chat, Teen Titans Go greater than TNA. I am sorry, not sorry for what I say. Nope. Dave. Nope. Gail Camp for winning her last Knockouts belt at Bound for Glory. What a good way to end your career, winning the big one at the biggest event of Impact in Lucha Underground in Season 4. It has been confirmed. Cannot wait for the trailer. Losers, the idea of WB trademarking mixed match challenge. I have a bad feeling that mixed matches will be more.
What? Wait, say mixed match challenge?
Yeah. They never can.
Hilarious. It sounds like a cheesy board game. Like a cheesy WWE themed, like somehow somewhere between like the Game of Life and Mousetrap.
Oh my god, yeah.
Come on, who does not want to see the WWE build like a ridiculous mousetrap contraption for people to wrestle on in the middle of like an open air arena and just like fucking slides and ropes and like,
don't forget kids. Don't forget kids. You beat up James Ellsworth, you get a bonus 5 points.
Well, obviously the game is the game is set up for Zack Ryder and other people that get buried.
Oh.
They get all the traps.
Oh. Anyway, he says, I have a bad feeling that mixed matches will be more stupid comedy and not, well, like Lucha Underground or Chikara in terms of competition. You get that feeling too, huh? Anyway, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being sent home for an unknown reason. Apparently it has something to do with the finish with Zayn and Kingston, which was questionable. Hope it doesn't get worse, especially with Vince being vindictive as hell. I think we have. Do we have that on the list of news?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We'll touch on that in a third then. Jey Uso being, quote, injured during SmackDown against Benjable, resulting in a count-out loss. I hope it's a work. Probably not, but we will see the update from that. I
have yet to hear any update regarding that so far.
So we'll keep an eye on it during the weekend. The departures of Darren Young, Summer Rae, underrated. Sawyer Fulton, too bad for the Fulton system got broken. And Emma, who was vastly wasted during her run. I have no worries for them, but still wasted potential. That's for this week. Next week, I'll be at a geek convention of my own, and no, I will not be in costume. Mostly I play video games and meet other cosplayers and artists. See you next week.
Very nice. Hope you have fun, man.
Yeah, have fun. Enjoy yourself. It's a celebration, bitches. P.S. Go play Shadows of War. All right.
No.
What is Shadows of War?
I believe he was talking about the Star Wars game.
No, but thank you.
That's the Lord of the Rings Shadows of War.
Okay.
I've never partaked in anything related to Lord of the Rings, so I'll have to pass on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Star Wars one is Battlefront 2.
And I'm definitely going to pass on that after seeing just how ridiculous the microtransactions are.
They'll microtransact your balls off.
Yeah, fuck your loot box thing. I'm going to say there. Anyway, next up is our Goodbye to the Hairball. I need to hit this one. Any time when Amp, it's been... Hey guys, how's it going? Bound for Glory was a thing. Still champ. Yeah. Del Rio returned and did such a sloppy face to heel the face promo that even Big Show shook his head in shame. Yeah, I think I read that right. He did such a sloppy face to heel the face promo that even Big Show shook his head in shame. Yeah. That went on way too long. Like Mr. T and his mama speech long. And T-Dub, I know you still consider this to be your life thing as worst. But here's what I think. Yes, that's the worst segment of the year, if not the worst ever, period. Yeah, he still considers this, he was talking about this as your life, actually. But, yeah, this is the worst period, but this single promo is the worst I've seen. James Storm is done.
Yeah, he is. He's done. I don't understand.
That was a weird transition.
Yeah, the way he's typed it up, a hairball. Forgive your grammar typed on the phone, but dude, you have time to still, check your grammar. Proofread, my friend. There's a lot of stuff that fucked up. You don't have to send this last minute. You got a whole week. Fat Boy, spoilers, yeah, and for those wondering, yeah, James Storm challenged the MMA guy, Dan Lauren, whatever his name is, to a fight, and the guy said, I'll do it, but you have to put your career on the line. And probably not a good idea to check the dirt sheets knowing that James Storm's contract with TNA, with Impact, is coming up on the short side.
Yep.
He said goodbye, yo.
I am not looking forward to that episode of Impact. I did not see that episode. I know I was not there for that, but I do not look forward to that. Not gonna lie. Anyway, what? It's Impact. Who cares? Well, I do. Canada Boy did a thing. He went to tapings, and Anthem was paying people to come. WCW never did this. Just can I get a Bullet Club laugh? No, you're not. I'm not gonna hit the Bullet Club laugh on that since it's been reputed.
It's not worthy.
It ain't funny. Plus, it was a good crowd, and I had a really good seat for the price I paid, so I'm not pissed off at all. Request denied. But I will definitely agree with this next one. Omega versus Jericho, Wrestle Kingdom 12. Shut up and take my money. Yes. You get a pass there. And Lucha Underground Season 4. Yes. And according to Rip Page, is now single now. Raven, yay. Also, who thought it'd be a good idea to put a guitar on a pole match on Monday?
McMahon.
As always, McMahon.
If you ever have to ask anything with WWE, it's always McMahon. Everything has to go through him.
And to be fair, Vince McMahon had a bit of the Russo that particular evening.
Indeed.
Anyway. Winners, the villain Varty Skrull, who won the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Eli Drake, champ, yeah. Matty, Lucky Kenny's son of a, meaning James Storm. Briefly, I might add. It was one of those. It was not. It was,
got to meet him.
I got to shake his hand, and funny story. He was cutting a promo. It was during that promo where he got the challenge in. He comes in. The first thing that comes out of my mouth, bear. He looks towards my direction and smiles.
That's good.
Random. I sit down, smug in my face, going, I got a smile out of James Storm. I'm happy in my head place.
Did you get any beer from him?
Unfortunately, no. He did drink his beer, though. He did drink his beer. Anyway.
Of course he does. He
also, I got to say the thing. I got to say the thing. Sorry about your damn luck. I was marking out. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a great catchphrase. He delivers it so well. It's tremendous.
Oh, I got the mark. Losers Impact. Not reading that. He's talking about the paying people the tenure tapings. Nope. Done. I can only assume it was his idea to put a guitar on a pole match, Vince.
Come on, Vince. Let's put the guitar on the pole. Yeah, I'm coming down.
You can blame Vinny for that. Well, that's it for now. This week, the games of war.
Who's fighting who with a guitar on a pole?
Oh my god!
Just tell me who's in the match.
It was Jason Jordan taking on Elias.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
And it was as bad as you think it was.
Jason Jordan shouldn't be a singles competitor.
He is. You know how they got him to do it?
Kurt Angle's illegitimate child.
Yep.
There's only one possibility. It's Kurt Angle's illegitimate child. And that's simply because it was a joke on the internet. Like,
it was a joke, and Vince said, "I like it.
I likes me some illegitimate chillins."
Anyway, that's it for now. Next week, yeah.
I'm a genetic jackhammer.
I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Damn it.
Yes. So yes. Thank
Still
you.
Better than Hornswoggle.
Yeah. Sadly, yeah. And LPH, don't worry, we'll get to the Nature Boy on ESPN. We'll get to him. I did watch that, believe it or not. Anyway, that's it for now. Next week, the Games of War will be upon us. As the fallen society mourns the end of Gender's reign as champ, while me personally, they didn't know what to do with his. I cannot read this. I'm sorry, Tita. I'm sorry, Hairball. Proofread your shit. The phone is no longer an excuse. I'll hit the dap. I will hit the dap button for you. I'll definitely hit that. But those are your emails of the week. You can send them at the Wrestle-Cast at gmail.com. We shall return with all the news, some New Japan Pro Wrestling talk, and is that Chris Jericho on New Japan? We'll be right back. Don't go far. Damn it, I did it again. So I always hit the thing and hit the button so I could just, I'll just do. All right, here we go. Let me hit this. It's me o'clock, moving on. Here's the thing.
And now a word from our sponsors.
There's an epidemic affecting thousands of young Canadians, a condition scientists are calling the Munchies. I'm World Wrestling Federation superstar Chris Jericho, and I've joined forces with Taco Bell to fight this hunger. You can join our tag team. By making a donation of only $3.99, you'll receive 3 Taco Supremes and a drink. Act now, and together we can help young people like Todd pummel the Munchies.
This is WMOB Mobile 12.
Kenny Omega. What a dynamic performer. What a fantastic, tremendous performer. But he's not the best in the world. I am. So many have claimed to be the best, from Shawn Michaels to Edge to CM Punk, but they're all gone, and I'm still here. Because I am the best in the world. I am the greatest of all time. I am the alpha of this business. And I'm going to prove it. Because I'm challenging you, Kenny. Jericho versus Kenny. Alpha versus Omega. To see who is really the best. I want to meet you January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom 12 in the Tokyo Dome. So let's see who's really the best. Bitch.
And we are back here on the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, podcasting places, and live on RVT Entertainment's official YouTube channel. Matty Jay and TWK, Seraph, and James, the Nuclear Convoy.
Nuclear
Convoy. You know me at this point, I'll fuck up names, okay?
Well, it's important for my branding, Matty. Come on.
Nuclear Convoy. There we go. NuclearConvoy.com.
Nuclear is not even a real word.
You know, the only reason he keeps doing this is because it's been 2 weeks. Literally, that's all it is.
That and it is a legitimate pet peeve of mine whenever people say nuclear. Because it's not a real word, stop saying it. You sound stupid.
It's nuclear.
Oh.
Nuclear.
There we go. Like, that was one of my legitimate pet peeves.
It's George W. Bush, isn't it?
One of them.
Anyway. So yeah, as Fozzy, the 8-bit version of Fozzy's Judas was playing in the background. Holy shit,
track?
Chris Jericho is on New Japan. Oh my god.
Also, that's going to be his entrance theme.
Am I the only one who was surprised he didn't mention that he's the first ever undisputed champion?
He's waiting for that for a later show, so
that's gotta be a later promo.
Think he's gonna have a list? This could be his third list.
He'll probably run through all his gimmicks all at some point.
Oh my god. Please let him mention Super Liger.
Oh my god.
Kenny will. Kenny might.
Kenny might. Yeah.
You know what? No, I'm thinking about it because there's still a bunch of live shows between now and Wrestle Kingdom. He might actually dress up as Super Liger to sneak into attack.
Oh,
that would be hilariously amazing. I hope that he has enough of a sense of humor to do it.
I'm going to say it's Chris Jericho. This guy put an inanimate object like a list of paper and stuff and things over.
I get over when he was using what was the horsey mop's name? I forgot back in WCW. But yeah, he helped Chavo put that over. So
yeah. Yep. And yep.
Anyway, we'll briefly touch on Power Struggle because at this point there's not much to do. You should watch it yourself, is all I'm going to say there. They had David Finlay go over Kazuo Kitamura in the pre-show. It was Power Struggle. They were in Osaka's prefectural gym in Edion Arena, Osaka. A couple of notable matches. You had Teton and Dragon Lee. They put over the Young Bucks. With a sharpshooter that the Young Bucks call cease and desist.
It's a sharpshooter crossface combo.
Yes.
Sharpshooter crossface combo, aka the biggest middle finger to Vinnie Mac right there.
Bret Hart, Chris Benoit, cease and desist. It's all perfect.
Also, you could just tell that good old Cyrus was just waiting to say that.
He was. Yeah. He was geniusing.
Also, they're on the Brock Lesnar schedule.
Yes.
Yep.
Cody showed up, but he was on the losing end. Chase Jones took the fall from a Laird from Satoshi Kojima.
Oh, you always know Bullet Club's going to lose a match whenever they have Chase Owens on their team.
He is one of the jobbers, which is unfortunate because he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get to talk about this, but Chase Owens, Mario Skrull, and Kenny Omega cosplaying as Aladdin, Jasmine, and the Genie. Absolutely brilliant.
Yes! Yeah, the Kirk and Hall road show for Power Struggle. Halloween night, Kenny Omega as Jasmine.
And the crowd popped when Marty kissed Kenny. That was amazing.
That was. Yeah.
Oh man, I loved it. I was having so much fun.
But not to be outdone, Ricochet looked at that and went, "Oh, I can double that." And he went over to Dragon Gate and he kissed like 5 dudes.
Yup. I love it. What I love the most about this is how many people are reacting so poorly to it.
And they're getting their asses called out.
It's a Halloween costume!
No, not just this, but like people apparently there are some people that got really upset at Ricochet. So he responded with, "Okay, I'll be a lot more manly next time I do my plate fighting."
I gotta say though, the winner of Twitter this week was Corey Graves roasting Piers Morgan. And for those wondering, the score reads Corey Graves 3, Piers Green Morgan 0. Here's a Jericho throwback for you. But the Super Junior Tag Tournament final went to Sho and Yo, the Roppongi 3K tag team.
And the first ever IWGP Junior Tag Champs to win the tournament.
So that's a very notable thing. They were then challenged by the Young Bucks for the Junior Tag title. So I'm looking.
All right, this is the part of the show where we point at you, you point at us, and hey, look, it's the most time they get to do the finger pointing thing. Is it so adorable?
Yeah, it was a nice set of promos evening.
Yes.
And of course, then Rocky Romero does this amazing Japanese stuffs.
Yep.
Roppongi Psycho! Roppongi Psycho!
Yeah, I love Rocky Romero. I love how terrible the Roppongi 3K track sounds.
YOLO. Sholo.
Yup. And then, like, it's got just, like, Rocky rapping on it is... It's not very good this time.
Nope.
I already missed the Roppongi Vice song.
It's definitely not Roppongi Vice. It's definitely not staying up late, drinking in hotel rooms like weirdos, and then going to get Japanese McGriddles at McDonald's really early in the morning.
They had Losingo taking on the Chaos Crew. Okada got a Rainmaker Lariat over Bushi, so that's going to be a follow-through on that. Minoru Suzuki took on Toru Yano.
Toru Yano came out, dyed his hair blonde, went back to his old school, but unfortunately the booking did nothing with this.
Nope, not at all.
This was a glorified squash.
Driver. It was a bull rope death match, and Minoru Suzuki retained the title, so that's a thing.
It was a glorified squash, is what it was. Despite it going 15 minutes, it was a glorified squash, which disappointed me. I really wanted Yano to win.
With the build-up, with the way they built it up with Yano, I'm like, oh, come on, you should have stolen that.
Yep.
But we digress. In better news, Marty Scurll, new junior heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Wrestle Kingdom, they set up a four-way between Ospreay, Kushida, and Hiromu got his challenge in!
Yeah, he put on the goalkeeper's outfit with like gloves and the helmet and everything.
I was like, you can't break my fingers, you can't punch me out. I want a challenge. I challenge you. And it's like, oh, thank God, I finally got it out. I fucking love Hiromu. By the way, one of the few people that actually get a chapstick over.
Yep. We didn't mention this, but during the Los Ingobernables entrance, like Hiromu just took out his chapstick while Naito was on the air, just put chapstick on him and just walked away.
Yeah, and Naito's going. I'm pretty sure he was like, "Oh my God, must not laugh, must not laugh, must not laugh. Tranquilo, tranquilo." Chapstick. He must have like, is it safe? Okay, tranquilo. Okay, work.
Oh, we are understanding how good Scurll and Ospreay was. That was an absolutely excellent match.
Yes, 17 minutes, 20. That was match of the fucking night right there.
I thought when Scurll caught Ospreay with the chicken wing after the dive, I thought, okay, that's it, it's over. Then they went on for another few minutes, and then the roll up, 1, 2, 3, out of nowhere. Holy shit, I marked out. Because I was so happy to see Scurll with the belt. Because I was like, give him a belt, give him a belt. Why is nobody giving this man a belt? Give him all the belts. Finally, they gave him a belt.
Yes. Didn't he have the ROH TV title for a minute?
He did.
He did. Yeah, for a couple months.
Yeah, he had a cup of coffee with him.
I thought it was like 6 months he had it.
Not long enough.
Yeah.
6 months is a respectable amount.
Hold on, let me look up the title ring.
Yeah. While you do, let me finish up Kenny Omega. For those wondering, he was in the ring. He had a match. He took on Beretta for the U.S. title.
Yep.
It was good. It was okay. It was good. The thumb is up there. And in the main event?
Scurll had the belt for 175 days.
So about 3 months.
Okay.
About a little over 3 months. And in the main event, Hiroshi Tanahashi successfully defending the Intercontinental title against Kota Ibushi. That was a great match. 29-26. High Fly Flow was the winning move.
Man, Ibushi's just so damn good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to seeing him take on Cody at Wrestle Kingdom because I want him to beat Cody so badly.
No, that's probably not going to happen.
We'll see. We'll see. At this point, there's nothing but between here and January 4th, there's opportunity.
And of course, after this match, the Switchblade video played. Well, I was like, oh wait, Chris Jericho wasn't Switchblade?
No.
Yeah, a lot of people were feeling that. That was like a weird minute there.
A weird minute, and then Jay White comes out, immediately challenges Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IC title,
and lays him out.
Yeah, it was. Man, this is going to be a really cool moment because Tanahashi is always willing to work really hard to get new people over. And Jay White, have you guys seen him in the last 6 months on the...
I've seen him a couple times on Ring of Honor during those 6 months, during that particularly specified period. I'm in agreement here. Holy shit, leaps and bounds.
I have not seen him since he left for Ring of Honor, so I'll be very interested to see how much he's improved since then.
Oh, the man's a beast now. He's got
good.
some mad suplexes. It's like, honestly, I think he liked, King's Road style a lot.
Yeah. Looked at Brock Lesnar suplexes going, I could do that shit better.
King's Road style, kind of iffy on. Not exactly my thing.
Well, let's put it this way. You're going to like Jay White no matter what.
He's super good.
He's good. He's 6 months. Yeah, he's improved dramatically.
Yeah, and he was on excursion for a lot longer than that too. So it's it's been constantly improving. He's also put on a lot of muscle mass.
He still looks kind of slim to me.
That's his build, though. For his build.
He's put on some muscle, though. Yeah. Anyway, that was Power Struggle. We don't need to rate that because it's New Japan and it's awesome. Now,
I will give that show a 4 out of 5. However, good stuff.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Definitely. News.
Of course.
News.
First up, your winner and the new WWE Champion, AJ Styles.
Condolences for T-Dub's boy, folks.
But guess what? OSW Review, they had a very intensive meeting.
Yeah.
And it concluded that Jinder Mahal, still a boy.
What?
Still a boy, yeah. OSW Review, yeah.
Jinder Mahal, still my boy. Thank you, Jay Hunter. But nonetheless, this was a really good match, and I have no doubt that Jinder Mahal is probably going to win the title back when they go to India.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. That'd be my guess.
And they just wanted to take the title off him just so, number one, they can have AJ versus Lesnar tear down the house, and number two, Jinder can have a huge title win in his India. Get that good reaction.
Hopefully that would be the desired effect. I think, I would believe.
But of course, the biggest news of the week is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. What the heck's going on with this situation?
Okay, so this whole thing seems to be the situation happened at the finish of their match on SmackDown. And then, so yeah, they do the thing, and then they were supposed to get their asses kicked by New Day, and they said, no, heel heat. We'll get more heel heat by leaving the ring and letting him wait for us, which is fair.
Yeah, apparently there was some miscommunication.
Which can happen.
Articles seem to indicate so far that they may have made a last-minute alteration.
Yeah, there's a lot of
alteration, and then
there's a lot of mixed stories come out about this, but it seems to be a mix of maybe miscommunication here and maybe Kevin Owens. Then there's also the story about Kevin Owens sort of just complaining on the tour bus, and then somebody in upper management hearing about it, and then Vince McMahon just sending them home because of it. Just a whole bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, they will return this Tuesday on SmackDown.
They should. Is the operative word. Will they? Let's find out, shall we?
You know what? Yeah. Honestly, if they leave the WWE, man, they would have so much work forever right now in the hot market.
Yeah. Which I hope they don't leave, because fuck, they're probably the only people that's still making WB fun to watch.
Yes, they are, especially with Sami Zayn's just turning up the douchiness with his ska walk.
Yeah.
Just this week on SmackDown, just the way he walked out of the curtain was just amazing.
Yeah.
When you can make walking entertaining, you have something. Just the act of walking.
He's an absolutely brilliant performer.
Yeah.
And of course,
anyway.
More bad news in the past week. Summer Rae, Darren Young, Sawyer Fulton, and Emma were all granted their release.
Yeah, and Neville not on that list. Vince.
Apparently Neville, Vince is trying to talk Neville into staying.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Best of luck.
He looks really unhappy.
He does. I mean, let's put it this way. This is the same situation that, payment-wise, that got Austin Aries to fuck off. So,
yeah, apparently Austin Aries did an interview this week saying the main reason he left was because he was told that creative had nothing for him.
Yeah, I did read that. How could you have nothing for Austin Aries?
How? That
doesn't seem physically possible. Like, even TNA could come up with something for Austin Aries 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
What's also a shame is the fact that Take-Two Interactive, the parent company for 2K Sports and all that snazzy jazz, they did a press conference call thing with their stockholders. And one of the things they announced is that coming forth in all future releases, they're going to be having microtransactions. And yes, that does include WWE. So starting with WWE 2K19, you can expect intrusive microtransactions.
And they expect you to pay. And they expect you to pay $80 up front for that game. By the way, you can't see it, but my finger is up. It's my middle finger, and it's pointing at the 2K logo.
Guys, just get some Steam, get some Fire Pro Wrestling returns.
Yes.
Get yourself some Steam Workshop roster downloads.
Yep.
You're gonna have fun forever.
Yeah, I went for Fire Pro World to make its way to PS4 personally.
And if you need a remote, get yourself a Logitech remote, USB. Yeah, Xbox remote works too. PS4, whatever. Whatever works for you.
It's, I'm supporting them on Steam, and I'm going to support them on PS4 because I don't want games of this type to go away.
By the way, since you brought Fire Pro, we do have some news that the fact that they've been having constant updates to this game. The most recent one adds shades, chest tattoos, skirts, and a whole bunch of other stuff. They've been adding a lot new stuff to the Logic editor throughout the past few months. They've been really just improving this game, taking player feedback fully into it, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
I haven't had enough time to sit down and really play the game enough to have my own feedback, but it's remarkably comfortable for anyone who's previously played the Fire Pro games, which, if it's your first encounter with Fire Pro, it's always going to be a little bit weird. Things are handled differently than you're used to. But this game is going to be a great thing.
I have now been a fan of Fire Pro for 10 years. In fact, it was around Thanksgiving 10 years ago where I finally got to play Fire Pro Wrestling Returns, my first Fire Pro game, and I was absolutely just blown away by it. And
yeah, that's the one on the PlayStation 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that one out of nowhere. I saw it in a bargain bin at Walmart for $20.
Yep.
It was a brilliant investment of $20.
And a good, solid bargain bin find.
Absolutely. Yeah, the thing is, I would go to GameStop every week just asking, is the game in yet? Is the game yet? Because it didn't have a definitive release date. And so when I finally got it, I just wanted to play it nonstop because it was just so much fun, and it was so different from any other wrestling game out there. So, yeah, I cannot wait for Fire Pro Wrestling World, the first true Fire Pro game since 2007, to be released on consoles. I'm excited. Now then, moving over to Impact Wrestling, we start things off with Eli Drake. And
also, who's snoring?
It wasn't me.
Cisco.
Sarah?
Yo.
Are you awake?
Are you awake?
I didn't think I was. I know I don't have the most exciting voice all the time, but I didn't think I was boring.
No, you weren't boring.
Someone's fading, though.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, let's move on.
Eli Drake was honestly doing a promo, and they were interrupted by the hometown hero Petey Williams, who then challenged Eli Drake for the Global Championship, and he will receive that match next week on Impact. I'm looking forward to it. Should be good stuffs.
Yes.
Yay.
I am totally behind Petey Williams as a champion.
And then we had, for the first time ever on North American soil, apparently, we had Eddie Edwards defend the GHC title against Phantasma.
Yep.
I want to note something here. Here we have an American fighting a Mexican for a Japanese title
on Canadian soil.
Isn't it beautiful?
Pro wrestling.
I love this global version of Impact. It's so much fun.
And
it's just
I'm not going to quote directly from the Nostalgia Critics review of Dragon Ball Evolution, but that joke at the beginning of the review, and that's all I'm going to say there. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay.
And then we had a start of a feud between EC3 and Matt Sydal. So it seems like Sydal's going to be going for the Grand Championship.
And no spoiler here, they did have the at the tapings I went to, they did have that match.
Cool.
Fallah Bahh was one of the judges.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. That is a thing, and that's all I'm and in the interest of not spoiling it for anyone in the chat and anyone in our audience right now, that's all I'm going to say.
And then the show ended with a 15-plus minute brawl between Johnny Impact and Alberto El Patron.
Yay.
Oh, that'll be
sounds like I'm so looking forward to seeing that.
It was actually it wasn't too bad of a brawl. I will admit it did go on for a bit of a while. I mean, it did need a commercial break after all.
Yeah, okay.
But there was some entertaining spots in the brawl.
I think the only ones you need to see are the GIFs that are presently on Twitter. And if you watch those, you've seen enough of that to see what you need to see.
Moving right along.
To the east side. Anyways, Lucha Underground, they have announced that they'll be returning to television in 2018 with a little vignette of Mundo claiming that he will reclaim the Lucha Underground Championship.
Oh, exciting. He's going to be on both at the same time.
How the fuck will that happen, by the way?
He's already on Lucha Underground for the last season and Impact already. So they're just going to continue doing that.
All I'm going to say is Hernandez and move right along there.
Well, the big problem with that is that during that time, Lucha Underground wasn't owned by the same people who owned AAA. Now they are. So that's how that works.
Fair enough.
Indeed. And that is all my news of the week.
So, Impact tapings. As I said, I went to the... there's a few things. I'm not going to go over everything because, well, they filmed a lot of stuff. I will say this: third row ringside at the Canadian branch of the Impact Zone, fucking amazing spot. I thought I was gonna be like, oh great, some jackass is gonna stand, but no, we had some good, we got good room, we had good room. If you're looking for me, anything at the end of November, early December, in the middle, wearing a purple Macho Man Randy Savage T-shirt.
And you're not a tiny person.
I am not a tiny person, no sir.
No, you are not. I can vouch for this.
Yes,
and you also have a very distinctive chin.
That is true. A chin that is in need of a shave too. It's been
grow some facial hair for once.
I actually did grow some. I actually have like a week and a half's worth of chin fuzz, my friend. I'm waiting.
That's after a week? That's all you have?
Well, a little bit over a week and a half. 10 days. 10 to 11 days.
Dude, it takes real time to get a true face hair going.
It takes me about maybe like after 2 weeks, I get a noticeable beard. If I don't,
because you're part werewolf.
Knowing my weight composition, it would probably take, I don't know, a month and a half to actually get some decent chin hair showing up.
A month and a half? Wow. Okay, then.
Yeah, it's not. But it's itchy, and the people at work are going, shave it.
Evil Rep says full beard in a week and a half.
Lucky.
For me, it's not a week and a half to full beard, but I do get noticeable, definitely noticeable facial hair within a week.
Yeah, I will say this: my facial hair is. Why are we talking about facial hair? What the hell?
Because this is the Beard Bros podcast, right?
Wrong show, sadly.
I was actually watching some Super Beard Bros Pokemon before we went on air.
All right. Fair enough. But yeah, I will say this: they had the 6 Sides of Steel, folks. TV does not do it justice. That thing is huge. And like James, this one that they had, it was a triple threat between the Impact Global Champion and Johnny Impact Mundo, that guy, and Alberto El Patron. And the winner of that match that Tita mentioned, and I will not spoil it, but they had that. It will be for Genesis. Eli Drake showed up a couple times. I did see that patch on the belt. That's that's so tacky yet so awesome at the same time.
I just don't understand why we can't call him Johnny Insert Last Name Here.
Copyright stuff? I don't know. Let's see. They had, as I mentioned, they were talking. The Gail Cam had relinquished the women's championship, so they had a tournament type thing where they had a couple of qualifying matches. So the second qualifying match, which featured Rosemary, and the winner got to face what's her face? Bad Lipstick Girl.
Laurel Van Ness.
Van Ness, yeah, there we go.
Dude, Laurel Van Ness is such a great performer.
She is. And admittedly, I'm getting a little tired, but no, Laurel Van Ness, and she is a great performer, to be fair. And it was a great singles match. That match, that's all I'm going to say there. Let's see, I'm trying to think of Eddie Edwards was there. Sans belt. I guess just to avoid any confusion for loss of championship or whatever. If there is a loss of championship in the cards or not, I don't know. We mentioned the steel cage match. JB was running around the tapings the entire time, keeping the crowd popped and ready to rock.
Maybe he's gonna drop it for a Noah show. And so
probably, and they want to make sure that
that they maintain continuity between the brands, because that's something they've been doing very surprisingly well over the last several weeks.
And it's probably a case of just in case they do drop it or they keep it on, it's taped way in advance.
Yeah.
So,
or they could know the booking outcome and know when he has to not have the belt on.
Yeah, more than likely. I mentioned I tried the pulled pork pizza. That was a good one. So yeah, I did get to meet Jeremy Borash and Gil Kim, and there's Robert Irvine right there. No pictures, so that's why I don't have any pictures. And I'm like, I'm not gonna piss. I'm not gonna piss the husband of a TNA Hall of Famer. Especially if he looks like he could kick your ass.
He's a large man, isn't he?
He is. He actually is. He's lost some muscle from the last, or maybe the TV makes him look bigger. I don't know, but he is a big dude. Abyss, speaking of big dudes, he was there. Polite AF would be a good description. Nice guy.
Didn't make you eat thumbtacks or nothing?
No. Well, I probably should have said Joseph Park, Esquire, but at the same time, he's a dude. He was sitting down, having a beverage, having a decent time. Jeremy Borash, cool dude. There you go. That's my story. Follow Bob was back there with Congo Kong, and by the way, it is weird to see a dude who regularly wears a mask / face paint without the face paint on.
I would imagine so.
It is weird. But
it's like the first time you see Sting without the face paint. It's like, oh,
you're just a man. It's the you're just
the
a
illusion.
Man.
The illusion. It's what it is, It's the illusion.
It's like when you see Rey Mysterio without the mask, and then you realize he just looks like a 15-year-old boy.
Pretty much.
A 15-year-old boy who somehow has a truckload of tattoos and some wrinkles on the face now.
Oh, and let's not forget that his son is like bigger than him and
and taller.
Yeah. Is his son gonna wrestle?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, like, this is Dominic we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
There's instant history. There's instant plot lines. Come on.
I mean, to be honest, like I heard he's been training, so...
Oh, exciting. You know what? I've always regretted the fact that Bret Hart's son, Blade Hart, was never a pro wrestler.
I know.
The man legitimately named his son Blade Hart. It's the most wrestling name there is.
It is. Totally.
I'm Rhythmic Chainsaws.
Anyway, so I'm trying to go in my head and say things I could spoil, but I don't want to spoil it for obvious reasons.
So who did TDT face?
It was a promo featuring OVE talking about that they defeated LAX at Bound for Glory, yada yada yada, and they challenge anybody, and then TDT shows up, and then roof flies off because Ottawa boys.
Yeah,
they cut a promo.
I would have flipped my goddamn lid. I love those men.
I did flip my goddamn lid. By the fuck. But they showed up, they cut a promo and said, and of course, Matthew St. Jacques was on the stick and said, he would say, you can't do it about TDT, and then he would speak French and end the shit, the promo game. We are only our tabarnak the team. Of course, OVE, hey, speak American. And Matthew St. Jacques, oh, I apologize. Let Thomas tell you what I meant. Kick to the face.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Don't be, because it's still 3-on-2. They got the beat down on TDT, and then LAX showed up. But
what this means is that TDT might be on Impact more.
I know.
And more people need to know the magic of these angry Frenchmen.
The French Canadian Briscoes, I call them. This is Quebec's answers to the Briscoes.
They remind me of Leduc. You know?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, like very Quebecois, very, very good style.
Yeah.
Do things that you don't expect the men are able to do.
And do it very well.
And do it with massive beards.
Tree beards. Tree beards.
They've got a look about them that nobody has right now.
And a promo that nobody has.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, when you watch it, when you folks, like I hope it airs on Impact, because if it does show up, listen to the promo, it's like, find me a guy. Not even Kevin Owens can own a promo like that. And that's saying something. And Kevin Owens has a very specific voice. So
yes, he does.
I do not say that statement lightly. Anyway, enough of me about gushing. I had a great time. The beer and food was cheap freaking just it was like $5 slice of pizza, and they got a big slice. So
I didn't like the porta potties.
Yeah, don't blame you. That's the main complaint I heard from that, actually. Yeah,
it made the entire thing feel like a nice fresh coat of paint on a carny bullshit. And I had a conversation with Ed Nordholm at the
after party. Yeah,
it genuinely sounds like he believes he's got something he can work with. And he specifically said he does not want his build on this to be like a WWE impersonation. So I think we've seen that there's a different drive here over the last couple of weeks to really create a voice for the product that's different from what it has been, with all these like intercut segments of footage from other promotions, which you can damn sure bet they're going to continue to do because it lets them stretch their footage so much.
And it's smart.
Yep.
It's smart and it's different.
And it creates a very fun feel to the show.
And not only that, but it also gets the name out to some other promotions that you may not have heard of. Like, they've been showing quite a bit of BCW.
Yep. Recently they showed a match where Moose teamed with Yuji Okabayashi from BJW, Big Japan.
Yeah.
Against, it was Masa Kitamiya.
Sounds about right.
And Nakajima, the former champion.
Yeah.
And like they showed this match as like just showing how Moose is this worldwide performer who competes impressively in like different styles. And they showed a match where Moose wasn't even involved in the end result. He had been like knocked out of the match, and Yuji Okabayashi got the pinfall victory. He was on the winning team, but he wasn't involved in the finish. So like it's showing a distinct willingness to let just the footage speak for itself, present the wrestling, and just craft it into the narrative in a way that is unobtrusive. It's cool. It's fresh. It's my favorite thing about the last couple of weeks of Impact. The stuff they film on their own is still kind of cheesy. Their editing could do a little bit of work, but if they keep trying new things and experimenting, it's going to be good. And he thinks he's got something that he can grow. And he sounded pretty damn confident and proud.
Well, I'm pulling for them.
I hope they do remarkably well, and I hope that what they are changes and sheds a lot of the things that we're talking about as negatives. Because it's, with the right influx of people, it's a very distinct possibility.
Anyway. So yeah, Impact taping, and they said, hey, it's not the first time, it won't be the last. Please come back. I you know what? Impact tapings on a semi-regular basis, sign me up for that.
I hope that they hit other Canadian cities as well.
Oh, that would be great. Could go Montreal, Toronto, Windsor.
Ottawa again, and then Ottawa again, and then Ottawa again.
You know where they need to go? 100%. They need to run tapings in the Maritimes. The Maritimes is hot for wrestling right now. A lot of really great talent and shows are out there. They're constantly just jam-packing these venues that out here in Toronto, you'd have like maybe a third of the attendance they have for the same quality of show.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they're hot on it, and the scene is getting really good. And if Impact ran shows out there, they would have a hot crowd to perform in front of who just really wants to see wrestling and doesn't get anybody from outside coming in.
Maritimes, more Ottawa shows.
Toronto
Winter, some of the
would be
smaller
good.
some of the smaller towns that would accept the wrestling, you'd be in good shape.
As long as they can sell out the venue, that's the only condition. I don't want them I don't know how packed the crowds were during the TV tapings. I know that there was some weird shadiness that happened in some regards with people thinking things were not on the level. But was there a lot of empty space?
No. I must say, whatever they did to fill out the place, they filled it out.
Good.
Like there was just one empty seat but in front of me, but I'm pretty sure you won't even notice it on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one or two seats side by side in like a sea of people.
Yeah,
is fine. It's not a problem.
And it
just needs to look good on TV. That's all.
Yeah, and I will tell you right now, I'm pretty sure it will.
From what I saw from at least this week on Impact, it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I thought so too. I just wonder if it's holding up. Today was the last day. Does anybody know if there's been any criticism of it?
Not that I know of. Not at this particular juncture.
Okay.
Anyway,
everyone that I've seen that went to the Impact taping seemed to have an overall positive experience.
And then that's
wonderful to hear.
That's what I have to say here. Positive enough for me. I had a good time.
Yeah, you know what? I'm quite critical of the show I went to see, but I wanted to stay for the tapings after it. The lineup of talent they had made me want to see more, and the quality of matches were sufficient at the price I was paying that I wasn't disappointed.
No. I had a good time. The matches were good. I'm not complaining. And I'm trying to move along to the winners and losers here because, we keep repeating the same thing. Good time was had.
Indeed.
That's being said, it's time for winners and losers. We start with the losers, and Sis. I don't know where to start with either James or Cisco because both. It's been a while since. Both
go with Cisco. He's been the quietest throughout the whole night.
Fair enough, Cisco.
Winners. Or losers first.
Yeah, losers first.
Okay, losers. Jinder Mahal. For obvious reasons. No.
It's funny. On my list, I gave him a break. Not necessarily his fault. His run is absolute shit. Not completely, anyway.
No, it really isn't. So, you know what? I'll take that back. Bound for Glory for only having two really exceptional matches that were really engaging, and then the rest of the show, which is supposed to be the biggest show of the year, kinda seem like
it felt more like an Impact than a pay-per-view.
No, there have been better Impacts. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, Bound for Glory.
How about Impact Wrestling circa that weird time where Hulk Hogan thought he could resurrect the wrestling company and then turned out to fuck it over?
Yes.
That.
The Nasty Boys.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Nasty Boys. God.
I know, the Nasty Boys in 2008, 2009? Yeah.
No, it's 2010.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, he's right. 2010, yeah.
2010. I was about to say 2010. I was like, that can't be that freaking close. I'm like,
the old Nasty Boys.
Fuck. Nasty Boys is right, Jesus. Anyway, James, what do you got? Losers.
Losers?
Yep.
100%. Bound for Glory. God, they just couldn't resist fucking up the end to a good night. Everybody would have probably had a much better time if that match didn't shit itself with Alberto Del Rio as the center of that. Now, that being said, I can't really think of anything other than just repeating Alberto Del Rio a bunch.
I know. I have El Patron in there too, believe it or not. Yeah.
My losers simply just Bound for Glory, and Chris Jericho for sending out that weird tweet today.
Weird tweet.
Let me just pull that up. Let me just go to see if he's deleted it or not. Let's see. Did he delete it or is it still there? Looking through his Twitter. And there's Twitter. Did he is it still there? Is it still there? Is it still there? 9 hours ago. It was earlier today.
I need to know now. Is it still there?
I know. I'm like you're making a big deal out of this.
It was. It was very awkward.
Do
it was
you
very
know
tone deaf more than anything else.
Do you know the tweet offhand?
Yeah, so essentially him just going like, hey, there's a whole bunch of women ages 18 to 49 who are going to be at bikinis in the Jericho Cruise.
Okay.
And everyone was just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, that puts some weird things I read into context from Twitter.
Here we go,
I
here we go.
didn't see the original.
Oh,
Found it.
All right.
Also, 35% of the guest books so far are females between the ages of 18 to 49. That's a lot of bikinis. Book your cabin now.
I'm going to call Rockstar trying to get the male demographic up.
Yeah, but that was just, considering all the news that's been going on this past several weeks, just...
Bad idea. Yeah, bad idea.
It's like he doesn't live in the world.
Which is weird because he's living in the world, ironically. Living like a rock star, I guess. Anyway.
He used to be king of the world, but I guess not anymore.
Also, Seraph.
Yes.
When are we getting the website fixed? TheBrokenInfinite.com.
Oh, Nick. The amount of money.
I don't mean to just get into dirty laundry, but I always get in so many problems in the back end with this thing.
You and everybody else. Trust me, I'm working on a fix for it, so it's just going to take money.
Somebody give Seraph all your money.
Thank you.
And to be fair, it works better than the old RVT Entertainment site.
It has its days.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, for me, a loser is WWE. Just someone needs to bring it up. And Enzo Amore gets an assist. Okay. Hottest pop. Pete Dunne, Monday, Tuesday. You bury him in the UK division. I'm gonna put my hands together and do what Spade Ace did, all weekend. Bitch.
Oh, did Spade Ace just bitch the whole weekend?
No, just, he would put his hands together in a thoughtful pot. He'd be thinking about it. Point his hands out and go, bitch.
That, without having been there, is not very funny sounding.
No, it's not. It's not supposed to be funny because, no, it's fuck you, Vinny. In this context, no, not meant to be funny. Just, it's better visually, obviously, but just still, bitch. Alberto El Patron, just 2 minutes. I'm back, bitches. I'm taking my belt back. Put the mic down.
They gave that promo way too much time because when it comes to pay-per-views, people don't pay to see promos.
Oh man, he went on and on and on and on.
Just say,
oh my god,
I'm Patron. I'm back. I'm getting my belt back. See, and that's it. And you would have had to. You would have. It's hard to outdo the bad Enzo Amore promos. The bad promos that Enzo Amore has had. Patron has pulled it off, and that's not a good thing. And people in the chat going, please have Diddy on the list. Please have Diddy. I'll be remiss if I didn't put Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs in there because he tried to call himself Brother Love.
I just have to ask, Diddy, What do you think you're thinking?
No.
What?
No.
Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, you did something wrong. That's not the gimmick. No.
Oh, it's not the gimmick? Oh, man.
D.
All right, Diddy, I got it. Diddy, who do you think you are?
No. Give T-Dub and Kenny some time to get it. He's practicing. He's getting the practice.
How did I get this wrong, man? I'm just a failure at everything.
I know. You had it too. It's like, all right, one more time. Come on.
All right, here you go.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Diddy, where do you think you're going?
There you go. And LPH, yes, and the internet wrestling community gives him shit. Yes. I sincerely hope both Vince, WWE, and Brother Love himself go to him going, my lawyers will love you.
Well, Bruce Pritchard did respond to him.
Negatively, I would assume.
It was a bit playful.
Fair enough. Let's do some winners. And Cisco, kick us off again.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Because AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho for the obvious reason. New Japan Pro Wrestling because I'll probably get the highest views in Wrestle Kingdom history now.
Probably.
And not to mention their card is fairly stacked, so...
Fairly is an understatement.
On paper, one of the better cards in a long time.
Indeed. And... Who else is the winner this week?
That's enough.
No, I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. James.
Winners. Ooh, this is fun.
It's a long list, I would assume.
Well, it's not a bad list, yeah. Congratulations to AJ Styles for thankfully having a championship and being recognized again.
That yes.
Shouldn't have been this long without a belt on that man. B, Kenny Omega, great match, great, exciting future match. Everything's building up very well. Total surprise booking, super fun. But, you know, in the end, really the best winner is just New Japan as a company. I cannot really think of any other wrestling company that I'm willing to pay money to watch their shows every month on the internet.
I know, right?
Like, I straight up subscribe to their service. I've tried other services. I use them from time to time. But New Japan is the constant, man. It's really freaking good. And they're making smart decisions. Except for the bull rope death match.
Yeah. Hey, they're not all home runs, folks.
I don't want to see the
runs.
No, they can't. But they don't have to be a swing and a miss. You could bunt it.
Pretty much. And a bunt is still good. Anyway, T-Dub.
My winners this week, simply Jinder, for doing something that nobody thought he would do, and that's becoming the WWE champion.
Simple enough. For me, and I'm amazed we didn't bring this up, ESPN for the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair.
Indeed.
I think for a documentary that is, you know, mostly not WWE influenced, ballsy, and actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. Impact Wrestling for about, the taping. Bound for Glory was, but for the most part, I had a great time. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega for all of the obvious reasons. Rangers Stop Superhero Toy Comic Con, I had a great time, as did the RVT crew. Speaking of, we had the game crew that we put together, the Let's Plays that we put together for from that particular hotel room are up. The first episode where we start playing Super Mario Kart on the system is up. A bit of a fair warning, the audio, we were still figuring out the audio situation in that particular video. The rest of the videos are fine. However, should be mentioned, lower your speakers lest they be destroyed if you put them up too loud. So that's a fair warning for you. That being said, I'm going to put up the picture again, the Instagram stuff, because there's the post. There's me at the near the middle there, and who's that handsome chap at the bottom there? I don't know if I get the. No, you can't see the cursor there, but there he's. Who's at the bottom left corner there of that picture? That's like that's my Easy Rider over there. So big thanks to Saja Kopp, who goes by @Procrastinator for the professional photos. Actually, straight up there. There we go. But there we go. The pictures like those pictures here. The last three pictures here. Saja Kopp, aka Procrastinator, for those pictures. Kevin Director for that crane shot there. And there's another shot there, and man, that was one of the coolest moments, man. I got to be a part of the club, and I'm happy in my head place for that. Let me put that back up right there. The suit itself was, let me tell you, that the people who helped put this together, the gloves and cuffs, were from the gentleman called Deca Mexican on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. He's a cosplay prop maker, mostly Power Rangers, but he wants to branch out, so if you want some help with that, give him a call. The underhood, the white hood thing there, the spandex thing that goes on your neck and everything else. The Pink Ranger, Pink Assassin on Twitter. She goes by MMPR Pink Ranger at rangerboard.com. Give her a love. The helmet was secondhand, and unfortunately did not make the trip back. So that picture is all I get. But it was still awesome, though. The boots were from Studio Boheme. The belt, I don't know if we get to see it on the pictures or not. Unfortunately, no. But the belt and holster that were not brought along for the trip. That Ranger Girl on Etsy and Instagram, and she also has a Facebook. The buckle was Dozier Studios, a friend of RVT Entertainment, so it's glad to support him. And the suit itself was an eBay purchase, and not bad looking. So thank you to the people who helped put that together. That was a year in the making, and I'm so glad I got to pull it off. So there you go. So that being said, that is the show. Here's what's going on this week's RVT stream thing. We have the Return of the Rising Sun podcasts, anime news and reviews, and of course commentary over an episode of anime featuring the Shades, Mike Shell, and Yami Angie. On Sunday, Toka Riffs Live, we're back and doing some tokusatsu. It'll be fun there. On Monday, the Shades plays. He's doing some video games. Tuesday, Riff Down with TWK and the crew, where they're riffing SmackDown live. Actually live. On Wednesday, it's Return of the Enemy Within, our TRPG. Our TRPG, where we play with the Warhammer. With, of course, myself, the Shades, Biohybrid, Lady K, Mike Shell, and our DM, Mildred the Monk. And thanks, Evil Reverend. Thank you very much. In the chat, our winner is Matty for pulling off that Blue Ranger. Good on you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And we're back here with RVT's Ranger Recap on Thursday. Another episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel, the penultimate or ultimate episode, last episode. We're getting there. And for those wondering, what did we think of the episode from last weekend. We were a little bit more negative than most of the fandom, I'd like to think. But anyway, yeah, filler, and then Victor and Monty decide to screw the pooch. Not literally, thank God, but let's put it this way. They put the entire world in danger because egos. That's always fun. Anyway, we thank you very much for tuning in. Gentlemen, James, Cisco, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's always fun to talk about wrestling.
We need to do it again sometime.
Oh, this makes 2 times now. I'm certain there will be
more. There will be more, I'm sure. Tina, new video. You can't do new videos, but you're still doing a Let's Play.
Yeah, I'm still doing Let's Plays of Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, and Infamous Second Son. And I recently just put out on the BrokenInfinite.com and my VidMe page a podcast where I just examine the Mass Effect franchise and just celebrate them because Mass Effect has now been going on for 10 years. Yay me.
Yay me and yay the fans of the franchise, obviously.
Yes.
It's a pretty good franchise.
Yeah. And I already plugged the Game Crew. We'll be doing more Game Crew stuff. I brought the SNES Classic Edition to Florida, and the boys had fun with it. Wait till the finale of that run of Let's Plays. That's all I'm going to say there. All I'm going to say is Star Fox 2, and that's all I'm going to say there.
Electric Boogaloo.
That being said, we thank you very much for tuning in and sticking around with us for a little while. There's a lot to get to tonight, so we thank you very much for coming in and saying hi. But on behalf of James from NuclearConvoy.com and Seraph, and of course, my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK of TWK Reviews, telling you to work your gimmick. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
My name's Matty Jay, reminding you how professional wrestling supports your independent promotion as soon as possible. We shall talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
My God! What the hell? That's Chris Jericho! Chris Jericho! It's Chris Jericho! Holy what did I miss?
AJ Styles cover! Styles has done it again!
Seriously, what in the fuck?
We now have news that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been sent home by WWE.
Oh my God, why am I following you guys?